This is my third attempt at doing this video. And again, for the third time, I have changed what I want to talk about. And it is not what I was originally going to talk about, which was a video on Beatles crap. So if you were expecting that this week, sorry. I'm going to have to do it next week, because I can't figure out how to do stuff I want to do, because I'm stupid. So, what I wanted to talk about, I guess, sort of, was I originally wanted to talk about this article that is in Rolling Stone, this issue. It's about why the Beatles broke up. But I realized in my attempt at being concise this week, this is, again, the third time I tried to make this video, and there's no way I could get in what I wanted to talk about in like a very brief period of time. So I'm going to try this again and sort of modify the topic at hand. And I would like to address this video, well, first to the anonymous Beatles secret poster who says that our videos are too long. So this one's for you. I'm trying to be shorter. But I want to kind of throw this post out to all the Yoko haters out there. And I know you're out there. I know there's a lot of them, and unfortunately I think sometimes they outnumber the people who don't hate her. But I really feel that Yoko gets a real bad rap in the Beatles story. I mean, obviously, one of the biggest urban legends, or I guess associated with the Beatles, is that Yoko broke up the Beatles. Rah! And I mean, I'm not going to completely deny that she was a factor in the breakup. She was definitely not at all the end-all be-all reason that the Beatles broke up. I mean, you read into the subject at all. I mean, just by reading this article, you're going to get a completely different impression about, like, a better insight about why the Beatles just couldn't keep it together anymore. And like I said, Yoko gets a real bad rap. I mean, a lot of people know the stories about how, you know, she was coming to the studio and sitting in on recordings, and how she was always perched, you know, in next to John, or in like the sound booth. There's Yoko, you know, peering over John's shoulder. I mean, she was always with him, and people are inclined to think that it's because she like wanted to be there. She wanted to have a position within the band, and it's completely opposite. That was John wanting her to be there and like have her presence there all the time. I mean, there's a quote here. It says, "John wanted me to be a part of the group. He created the group, so he thought the others should accept that." So that right there is John bringing Yoko along because he wanted her to be in the group. She didn't want to be there. That was all John wanting her to be there. And I mean, obviously that's going to cause some tension within the group. But I mean, again, that wasn't really Yoko's fault. And I think she put up with a lot of shit from Beatles fans. Excuse me. You know, back when she and John first got together, there was a lot of racist stuff going on. And they would, you know, call her racist names. Yoko gets a real bad rap in the Beatles' history. And like I said, I think a lot of it is BS. If you look, you know, beyond the surface and actually, like, read up on Yoko and start kind of getting a sense of who she actually was and the kind of figure she was, I think it definitely alters your opinion of her. I mean, like, a lot of people say that her music is terrible. She can't sing. It's horrible sounding stuff. But you have to realize that wasn't, like, the intention was not to be like commercial pop music. It's deliberately supposed to be avant-garde. It's supposed to be different. It's not supposed to be like anything you've heard before. And when I know for me personally, I can't speak for any of you, but I've listened to some of Yoko's stuff and like look at it from that perspective, and some of her stuff is really great. The song "Walking on Thin Ice" is awesome. I love it. It's really cool. Um, Check it out. It's a badass song. Um, and her art is, I think a lot of times is people perceive it as crap because they don't really get it. And again, it's not supposed to be like mainstream stuff. It's supposed to be weird, avant-garde kind of sort of hippie stuff. And I mean, I definitely am not trying to like idealize Yoko because I again, like I said, she was a factor in the breakup, but and I haven't necessarily agreed with some of her, decisions regarding like the way she's allegedly, treated Julian over the years, and some of her decisions with, how what she's done with John's stuff. I think are kind of weird, but overall, she's pretty cool. She is really cool, and I think she's a very strong woman. She's just badass. you know? So I guess the whole point of this video is to really encourage you to read this article, form your own opinion about stuff. Obviously, because I mean, nobody wants to, parrot everything somebody else says, but definitely know, I guess, what you're talking about when you talk about it. Because again, form your own opinion. Go check Yoko out. I mean, honestly, give her a chance. And I mean, she was a huge factor in John's life, and I mean, it's kind of hard to hate her so much when she was that much of a vital part of someone who we love and respect. So I just ask, I guess, that you give Yoko a fair shake, because I don't think she gets it a lot in Beatles lore. So yeah, it was me trying to be short and sweet, but and I feel like I was really rambly. And again, I'm not like trying to start like drama on here, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. But until then, next week I will talk to you then. Have a glorious week. Peace out, Girl Scouts. Mwah!